Hello everybody and welcome, this is Vorosh and I'm bringing you another audio commentary, and today we've got from week 8 of the SSC2 TA team attrition versus 412 ML, and we are playing on Monty Hall. In the top left in orange we've got TehOcelot, the Ocelot, and in bottom right we've got Napkin in white, and unfortunately for Napkin, he's a Zerg player. He's pretty good, and he usually plays on the 2v2 team, or he has played on the 2v2 team before. He's undefeated at 2v2. I've actually not casted a single team attrition game. This is the first team attrition match I'll be doing. And, excuse me. I'm excited because now I'll have commentated games of all 6 of the SSC2 Star Cup teams. And we're playing on Monty Hall, which is considered by many to be the worst hall ever. The worst map ever, especially Zerg players. You see these mineral patches. They have 48 minerals each, and there's 3 paths, and you have to mine them out on both sides to be able to actually get by land to your opponent. And you can see TehOcelot's building his supply depot to give him a little vision of this. And the reason this is so bad for Zerg is because well, first of all, just to get to an expansion, you have to go through one of them, so that hurts Zerg just a tiny bit. But the main reason is a Terran can float over the mineral patches, and a Protoss can use the pylon trick. Like right here, if you built a pylon right here, you could cancel it and spam. You could spam the probe through here and then cancel it and get through that way. But the only way a Zerg can get through is like this, with two drones mining the same, one drone mining the patch and then the second drone being spammed through. So it looks like a 12 patch on the right wing. There's a left, a middle, and a right, or you could say top, middle, and bottom, depending on how you look at it, lane. And we are going for a 12 patch here, and it's just that Zergs just don't do well on this map for a combination of reasons. Like this barracks can be floated to, say, like to here or to here in this base, and completely, like if he can scout this expansion, there's going to be no reinforcements getting to it. Scouting on this map's a little difficult, especially with Terran and Zerg. Especially with Terran, actually, it's hardest for them to scout. But if he somehow manages to scout this 12 hatchery, a couple of Marines can kill it, because you won't be able to bring drones off the line to defend it, and you won't be able to rally Zerglings to that base. So from here he's going for a spawning pool, and I'm expecting him to go for mutalisks on this map, because the best way to bypass a ground obstacle is by going through the air. And this is a good trick, and that's another reason Terran are good on this map. That you can actually cancel it, and although luckily he managed to finish it outside, so we can go scout with this, or we can expand with this SCV. And also you can build things like pylons or supply depots right at the outskirts to see where your opponent's coming from. And it looks like a quick 3 hatchery build. I'll unreveal the map now that you've gotten a good look at it. A very quick 3 hatchery build going down for Napkin, and one of the good things is he'll have 3 gases, but if either of these are scattered, like with this floating barracks, it's going to be difficult. And a very early factory, and it looks like he's going to port. Yes, he is going to port. I should have noticed that he was mining that gas very early and for a long time. He's going a very quick 2 port, and considering that the lair is about half completed, by the time the spire is up, the wraiths might already be doing heavy damage in this game. This is a great week in the world of anti-spoilers for me. Here's that guy SCV, and he's going to know that there's a hatchery here, and he's going to be able to, and he's also going to be able to get a dropship. He's pumping wraiths, not going for cloak or for, what's it called, control tower. But he could go for a controlled tower and then do like a 4 vulture or marine drop here. And he's building a supply depot so he can get into the main. You're going to see him when he drifts over there. Well, I guess not anymore because he'll just die. But could have built a bunker there actually. Yeah, and he cancels that. He decides, he sees the Zerglings over here and decides he's not going to get into the main base. And meanwhile, pumping raids. The first raids are going to be out pretty soon, as you can see. There's the first raid. And we'll see what he does with it. Whether he's going to go Overlord hunting, drone sniping, and what if he continues to pump raids or build a control tower. In terms of other units, not a lot. His factory and barracks are still floating around. Factory, barracks, and so he's not going to be able to pump units from that unless he lands them, and they're going to be very far removed. And it looks like lurkers, actually, 3-hatch lurkers, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, considering it's so hard. Lurker mobility is so hard on this map. Maybe if he also went for Overlord drop, that could make a little bit of sense. He's going to pass under this factory, but I don't see what these Zerglings running this way are going to be able to do, aside from scout for an expo, and I guess massing up quite a number of raids before he decides to move out. And he's going to build a control tower now, so maybe going for a very late cloak. When you have this many raids, cloak is very effective, because you can kill Overlords very quickly, and after that, there's not much anti-air. I assumed that it was that Napkin was going to be going for lurkers, but he's actually going for Hydralisks, and that's actually because the lair wouldn't be necessary to go for Hydralisks. Now he's upgrading lurkers, but he went for Hydralisk speed, so that definitely makes Hydralisk a viable option, especially against Terran mech and especially against raids. Hydras are pretty much the perfect counter for raids, because raids have such bad air-to-ground. I'm sure you're familiar with this, so I'll just point it out. 20 air-to-air, 8 air-to-ground. And here comes Zerglings, and there they run into a wall. And one thing that Napkin is doing now he's actually connected his main base with his third expansion, which is being utilized just the same as his natural expansion. The timing is almost identical, so not really a big difference there. But he's opening this up, and that's a good thing to do, so that he can actually reinforce. This map also limits mobility a lot, and Zergs really need mobility. So I think Napkin has put himself in a decent position in this game. Without knowing, he went for the perfect counter. Oh, and here comes the race now. Hydralisk, it looks like we're trying to take down that supply depot, but cloaked Raves coming in and sniping one of them. I saw